Hello and a very good day to all of you watching this presentation on Zoom. Now, my name is Peter Sharp. I am Bangor University's regional manager for your region, and I'm here today to talk a little bit to you about the possibilities that we offer at Bangor University. Now, as I'm talking, you will see some imagery of the amazing location, our amazing campus, and you'll get a sense of where you could find yourself studying. Now, today's presentation is aiming to give you a bit of an overview about Bangor University. I will show you how you can find out information about our fantastic course offering, and then also we will look at the location, what you can expect by living in North Wales, as well as some information on tuition fees, scholarships, and then finally, we will have a look at our virtual tour and accommodation. Now, throughout all of this presentation, my aim is to show you how you can use the website to find out the information you need to know to help decide if Bangor University could be the university for you. Now, at any point through your university exploration process, if you think that Bangor could be right for you and you want to have a conversation with myself to discuss possibilities and how you can apply to study at Bangor University, then you will be able to view my contact details here. You can go onto our website and just type in Bangor University and my name, Peter Sharp, and you'll be able to get onto my contact details page. On this page, you'll see my email address, which is p.sharp@bangor.ac.uk. You'll also be able to drop me a call, or if it's more convenient, you'll be able to book a call directly in with me over Microsoft Teams. To do that's really simple and easy, and I'd welcome you all to do this should you have any more questions about Bangor University and study opportunities here. You just need to click book an appointment, and this will take you to my online booking system where you will be able to pick an appointment, a date and a time, and we'll be able to have a call and discuss the possibilities of studying at Bangor University. So the main source of information that I would like you all to use whilst exploring study options at Bangor University is our website. Now, you can get to our website by opening any web browser and typing in www.bangor.ac.uk. This will then take you to our home page. And this is a really useful resource for you to be able to look at the options that we have on offer here at Bangor. Now, when you reach the home page, you will see this nice big search box here. Now, this is going to be your kind of go-to point to get information about the courses that you're wanting to study with us, and to get a lot of information about exactly what you're going to be studying on that program. Now, for a lot of international students, we generally see them starting off by looking at the program and then wanting to look at the other details. So that's why we're going to look at the sort of course specifics so far. Now, to give you a sense of sort of subject areas that are popular with students from your region, we have a fantastic natural sciences program. Ocean sciences does get a lot of interest as well. We also have a lot of interest in psychology, law, business, just to name a few of our kind of key subjects that students from your region usually come to us wanting more information about. So let's, for example, look at a law course. So if you just type in law into the search bar, this will then bring up all the different law possibilities. Now, you might be looking at undergraduate study options with us or postgraduate study options. You can narrow down the subject field by looking here, and you can choose the level. So let's look at an undergraduate course for argument's sake. This will then show you the courses we have on offer. So let's look at a September 2022 entry law undergraduate degree. When you click on the program, you will see that it provides you a lot of really good information about the course and about what you can expect to study. You also have the option to speak with our current students and staff through UniBuddy. So if you have any questions that you want to get answered by staff themselves, this is a great way to engage with the staff and ask them questions specifically about the program. So I really would encourage everyone to look through the information on these pages. Ultimately, if you're doing an undergraduate degree, it's going to be 3 or 4 years of your life. So you want to make sure that when you're looking at the program that you're excited about what you see and that this is exactly what you want to study. If you're looking at postgraduate program, masters, for example, yeah, you're looking about one year in total. So again, it's still really important you go through and make sure you're happy with this, because ultimately the better the program is for you, the more excited and engaged you're going to be with that program, meaning the better grades you're going to get. So please do go through the About the Course tab. I'd also encourage everyone to go onto the Content tab, and that will enable you to actually find out information exactly on what you're going to be studying through the modules pages. So when you click on the modules pages, it will show you exactly what options you have over the sort of number of years that your program is going to last for. And you'll see what the compulsory modules are, as well as what the optional modules are as well. And as you'll see, as you go into years 2 and 3, there's a lot of interesting optional modules that you'll be able to choose from, and less compulsory options compared to year 1. Primarily for undergraduate degrees, we have more compulsory options with year 1, just to make sure everyone's on the same footing. And then as you see, year 3 becomes a lot more up to you and about specializing in what you're interested in. Obviously, with a master's degree, this will be slightly different, and we can have a look at that next. I really would encourage everyone to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. And the reason I say that is because when you click on the module sort of link, another word for module is class, for example. So if you're wondering, that might make it a little bit clearer. You can see exactly what's going on in this program, and it's a really good way to get a sense of the course content, how you're going to be assessed. So it will tell you, for example, you've got a written assignment and a final exam, and it gives you the weighting. Teaching and learning strategy is going to show you how many lectures you can expect over the semester, how many hours of private study you'd be expected to do, and also tutorials. And depending on the course you're interested in, you might see more seminars, group work, lab work, field trips, for example. So this sort of teaching and learning strategy will be unique for each module you take. And obviously, depending on the subject you take, there will be a lot more variety in there. So there's a lot of information about all the sort of ins and outs of this program. And what we find is a lot of students find it really interesting going through this, because it really does inform them about the program and what they can expect to study. For people that aren't necessarily sort of sure that this is the right program for them, they might also find it interesting to look at the courses including this module tab. And the reason they might find that interesting is because it shows you what other programs we offer that also include this module. So for example, if you're looking through the course catalog and you found that there was a particular module that you were really interested in, such as land law, but you weren't necessarily sure that you wanted to do the law degree, you might think, well, actually, I like the idea of doing the LLB with law and history, where I'd be able to do this course. So it's a good way of actually exploring and seeing if there's slightly different avenues that you'd like to explore from a study perspective. So it's definitely worth going on and looking at the course content and all the modules that you're going to be able to take. And ultimately, if you find yourself looking through the modules and having questions about those, you can obviously reach out to us and ask for more information on these modules. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about briefly was the open days that we have on offer here at Bangor University. Now, open days are available virtually, so it's a really good opportunity for you to actually be able to engage with our course leaders live at one of these virtual events. And I really do encourage all of you to come and sign up for one of the open days. You'll be able to do it from the main website. You can literally book your place, and then it will send you instructions about how to join the open day. You'll see we've got a range of virtual open days coming up on the 29th of September, 20th of October, 10th of November, and you just need to fill in your details here. And as I say, it will send you an invite to the open day. Really can't stress this enough. If you do find yourself going through the course selection list and thinking, well, I'm not quite sure, I've got questions about the content here, this is going to be the perfect forum for you to be able to speak directly to the staff that deliver those lectures, but also actually see some of the content they could be delivering as well, because they will actually be doing some sort of live talks, either delivered through a platform called Meet and Engage, where it's going to be a text-based conversation where you'll be able to ask them questions direct, or it might be through our VFairs platform, where you will see them doing a kind of lecture talk about what you can expect when you study a certain subject. So it's a really valuable resource that will help you during your search for the right university. So please do book your place on our virtual open day. Now, if you are thinking about having a look around Bangor University and you're in those initial stages, the other thing I would really encourage you to do is have a look at our virtual tour. Now, our virtual tour is a great way for you to kind of get a sense of Bangor from your armchair at home. And what I really like about our virtual tour is it's got some really cool imagery that gives you a sense of our location. So what I should say before we start talking more about the location is actually where Bangor is. Now, as you can see, United Kingdom map here, and Bangor itself is located in Wales, and the country of Wales is here, and the border runs roughly down here. Now, as we zoom in to North Wales, Bangor will start to be visible on the map, and you can see it's located here. And to give you a bit of a sense of perspective about how far it is from locations, by car, you're looking at about an hour and a half drive to Manchester Airport. By train, it's about 2.5 hours, depending on what train you take. But the really cool thing is actually from London down here, it's only 3 hours direct train. So you've got the ability to easily get from Bangor to the rest of the UK and indeed the rest of the world quite easily and conveniently. So Bangor itself is located between the Irish Sea and the Snowdonia National Park. And the location really is stunning. It's one of the sort of primary reasons we see a lot of international students coming to Bangor. They just love the fact that they're living in this amazing location with the mountains, the sea, the forest, the lakes. It's just such a nice place to be able to get a fantastic education, but at the same time, you can kick back and relax on the beach or go for a hike in the mountains in about 45 minutes from your bedroom door. And that really is something that our students do value quite substantially. So let's zoom in and have a look a little bit of a closer look at Bangor. It's a very nice city. It's round about when students are there, there's about 30,000 people there. When students aren't, it's about 16,000 people. So it's one of the few university cities in the United Kingdom which population actually doubles when the university is in setting. So you'll see it is small, but the nice thing about it being small is everything is walking distance. So it means that, yeah, the railway station to the university is a good 10 minutes walk. From the railway station to our accommodation site varies between a 5 and 15-minute walk, depending on which site you're on. So you don't have to worry about buses, metro, anything like that. Yeah, it's easy, walkable city. And what I always say to people is it's a small size, but it's got everything that you need. You don't find yourself in Bangor thinking, oh, I've got to go to another city to get this. So it's got everything you can possibly need. Now, let's go back to the virtual tour now that you've got a better understanding where Bangor is. And let's actually start having a look at the university and some of the amazing imagery, the amazing location that you will have when you study at Bangor University. So all you need to do is click begin your journey. You'll see that you land on this page. Now it's got some really good links to our social pages, our YouTube page. Really would encourage you all to go on YouTube because there's some great videos that are going to give you a great insight into the university. And certainly there's a lot of subject specific videos. So do take a look at those subject specific videos as well, because that's going to show you a bit more about the courses and about what you can expect to study. So if we go on to the location tab, you start seeing the wonderful mountains, and we can actually have a look at some of the 360-degree imagery that you'll find yourself submerged in when you actually come and study at Bangor. So this building behind us here is called Main Arts. It's this famous university building. A lot of people says it looks like Harry Potter. And what I really like is when you bring it around, you see Bangor in all its glory. You get a sense of what you can expect, about how green and beautiful it is, how close we are to the sea. You can see the mountains in the distance. Actually, when you're stood here in person, you can see all the mountains running over there. I mean, it's just such a wonderful place. When I drive into work, I have to pinch myself and think, whoa, I actually live here. It just really is beautiful. So I really would encourage you to, have a look at this, look at the videos, get a sense of the buildings that you're going to be studying here. And it's just one of those places where it's just phenomenal. It really is beautiful. And it's one of those where you will come here and you will be thinking, wow, I'm a student of this institution. So the virtual tour is really good for giving you this kind of immersion into the university. Yeah, do take a look at the videos and the pictures that are embedded within the sort of 360-degree imagery as well. Now, one thing I would like to mention as well when we're looking at the student life is that our students really love the lifestyle here at Bangor. And one of the unique things about the university is that all our clubs and societies are free. So that means that if you want to go and try something, you can try it without worrying about the cost of it. So, for example, you might like to go surfing or mountain biking or yeah, walking in the mountains. Yeah, you name it. Yeah, you can pretty much do it. And I say that because if we don't do it, as long as there's 3 students, then you can get together and ask the students union for some funding to set up a new club and society. So yeah, when you come to Bangor, you really do have an amazing opportunity to get out and about and explore the local area and to get a strong sense of what's going on, but also enjoy it without it costing the earth because you've got free clubs and societies. We can also take a look at some of the facilities that you'll have available as a student, such as the social learning facilities in Pontio. Again, the 360-degree imagery does give you a really nice sense of what life's going to be like as a student and where you can come and do some of the group work with your course mates. You can also see our bar, Uno cafe and restaurant. This is on one of our accommodation sites, so it's really nice that if you fancy coming down and having a bite to eat or a bit of a drink, you've literally got this on our accommodation site, and it's really, really popular with students. So do come and have a look at all the student life and student facilities you can expect. One thing I would say as well is that Pontio, a fantastic facility. We've got the theatre, the cinema here. So if you're into your arts, you've got this amazing theatre facility on site, and there's regular screenings of films as well here. So it's a great opportunity to see the latest film, but also to see some really good theatre productions and even get involved in some of them if you're interested in that. So let's have a look more at the campus. This is going to give you some more information about the sort of the courses, some of the facilities we've got. Now, one of my favorites is the library. I mean, this is just one of those places again where you're like, whoa. This is the Shanklin Reading Room. Most of the material in here are in Welsh. What I would say, as it's a very important thing for you to be aware of when you're looking at Bangor University, is that we are a bilingual institution. So what that means is that you will see lots of stuff in both English and Welsh. But before you worry about whether you're going to find yourself in a situation where you don't know how to say what you want to say in Welsh, don't panic. Everyone can speak English, and whilst we'd love for you to learn Welsh, you're not going to find yourself in a position where you need to, nor are you going to need to be taking any Welsh classes or Welsh modules on your course. So you are going to be able to study everything in English, but you are going to be in this wonderful bilingual environment. And a lot of our international students really like that because it means that you do feel very welcome into the university and into the local community because of the very multicultural nature of Bangor itself and the sort of bilingual nature of the university, but also North Wales in general. So by all means, learn some Welsh. And it's a great language to learn, and you will find that it gives you a very fascinating experience of living in North Wales and also traveling around because you'll be able to speak to people in Welsh, and also maybe read some of the books in the Shanklin Reading Room. So do come on and have a look at some of the imagery we've got here. Really is good for giving you a sense of what you can expect as a student here at Bangor University of some of the amazing facilities we have on campus. Now, I want to show you a little bit about our university accommodation, as that's something that people ask us a lot about. So we have 2 accommodation sites, and I'll just show you quickly on Google Maps where they are. So we've got the Thrift site here, and then we've got the St. Mary's site here as well. Now, roughly speaking, it's about 7 minutes from the Thrift site to the university. St. Mary's is probably about a 10-15-minute walk, depending on how far fast you walk. We do have some of the natural science sites down here. So if you are doing natural science or maybe ocean science, you might be able to live at both sites. If you're doing, say, history, law, business, you might find the Thrift site that's a bit closer. It's important to say as well that ocean sciences do have their main campus site on Anglesey, so in Welsh it's called Ynys Môn, in Menai Bridge or Porthanwy. Now, if you are an undergraduate student, don't worry. It is actually a wonderful walk. It probably take you about half an hour, 40 minutes to walk there, and you get to go over the amazing Menai Suspension Bridge. That's one of my favorite bridges in the world. And I used to terrify my 9, so that's Welsh for grandma, when I was a kid running across this, because they used to have a bit of a glass floor, and she was scared of heights. But I digress. But yeah, if you're an undergraduate student and you don't fancy the walk, if you do have classes on the Ocean Science campus, which would be a rarity, we would put on a bus for you. If you are a postgraduate student studying ocean sciences, you can look at private sector accommodation in Menai Bridge, or you can get yourself on a bus down there, or indeed you can cycle down there in about 15-20 minutes. But for most of you, the two accommodation sites are up here, and they are going to be relevant for you. I will, of course, be able to run through which site's going to be best for you over a conversation on Microsoft Teams. And if we go back to the virtual tour, we can actually have a look at what you can expect in university accommodation. Now, generally speaking, you'll see a building like this. You've got your central stairwell, and then you'll have an apartment going off each side with about 8 people. Sometimes they can be as big as 12, but in most cases, you're looking at 8 people. You will have a private room that will look like this, and it's ensuite, so you can get your own toilet and shower in your room. All your bills are included, and currently a room of this quality is about £137 per week. Now, you don't pay weekly, you pay over 7 installments across the length of your contract, but we break it down into cost per week to help you budget and to have an understanding of how much stuff's costing you. So you can see the ensuite bathroom you have. This is your private space. You, again, just to reiterate, you are not sharing this room with anyone. It's entirely yours. And again, the only thing you're going to need to really think about when you're living here, the extra costs are going to be your laundry costs, your food costs, and cell phone costs. So you're going to have a kitchen which you're going to share with the people in your apartment, and it's going to look a bit like this. The only thing you need to provide is pots, pans, plates, food, and anything else you fancy having to drink. And yeah, it's fully equipped with sort of the oven, microwave, kettle, fridges, freezers, and what I like about our kitchen facilities is a nice sort of comfy seating area as well, so you can have a cup of tea or a coffee with your friends in your apartment. So it's a really good facility, and yeah, you are able to come in here, cook and eat whenever you want. So that's an example of the sort of living conditions you can expect on site. Yeah, do take a look at the other facilities on here. Yeah, you can also take a look at St. Mary's as well, and it will also tell you more about the cost here as well. So that is a bit about the accommodation options we offer. The next thing we're going to talk about is tuition fees and scholarships. Now, when you go onto our main website, you can see on the international tab that when you click on here, you can go onto tuition fees and scholarships, and it will bring you onto this page. It's really important to stress, please look at the international fees. The home fees only apply to students who are residing in the UK and who have been residing here for a certain amount of time. So for most of you, you are going to be looking at international fees. So you can click on the international fees tab, and then it will give you the options for undergraduate and postgraduate courses. You will need to obviously open those and then see which course your sort of subject fits under, which band it is, and then it will tell you the fees. So there will be a slight increase if you're looking at later than 2022, but this will give you a rough idea of what you can expect for this upcoming September, and it will break it down into the cost across the different bands. Exactly the same for postgraduate courses, breaks it down into bands. If there is a January start date, and it's a really good point to stress that some of our postgraduate master's programs do have a January start date. If this is something you are interested in, please do reach out to me as soon as possible, because we will want to get your application started and have a discussion about how we can make January work for you. But you will see, again, there's a slight difference in pricing between the January start date and the September start date. So yeah, do factor that in when you're having a look. So those are the tuition fees. Now, the next thing that most people want to know is, what about scholarships? So again, we go on tuition fees and scholarships tab. We come down to scholarships international. Yeah, and again, please don't look at anything for UK students, because they will not be applicable to you. We can then go and have a look at the scholarships. Now, these are the current scholarships, so they do change year to year, so there might be some change. Now, the main ones that are going to be applicable to you are the International Scholarship, the Dean Scholarship, and the Vice Chancellor Scholarship at undergraduate level. I would say if you're alumni, or if you come to Bangor before, if you've got family that come to Bangor, you can actually have an additional £1,000 per year scholarship added on to the international scholarships. That's just one thing to bear in mind. Apart from this one, you cannot combine the scholarships. So the scholarships, it's one or the other, and basically it's the highest value one. Now, the international scholarship is an automatic scholarship that you can get. If you are eligible for that, it will be on your offer letter. So yeah, that's the key. Look at your offer letter and that will tell you if you have that scholarship. The Dean Scholarship is a merit scholarship. It's automatic as well. So if you have grades that are equal to A's at A level in the UK, or a first class degree, if you're looking at postgraduate study, that's worth £4,000 per year, and that would be automatically applied to your offer letter. Now, during the application process, I will talk to you about your education experience and which scholarship you're most likely to get, and we'll be able to work through the nuances there as well. Now, if you are a first class student or an A star student, you would be able to look at the Vice Chancellor Scholarship. That's valued at 50% of the tuition fee. At the moment, that's split between university accommodation and university tuition fees. So you're basically looking at a 25% fee value credit towards university accommodation and a 25% fee discount. You do have to apply for that. And if you are a top quality student and interested in Vice Chancellor Scholarship, I really would encourage you to reach out and we can discuss this in more detail. And I can tell you how you can apply and what the deadlines are. You are, of course, welcome to come on here and explore these scholarships in more detail. You can just click on the links that are provided here and they will take you through and give you the eligibility, how to apply, as well as the terms and conditions. Again, postgraduates and master scholarships, broadly similar. The one that I would stress is the professional experience scholarship. So if you are a manager, you have about 2 years professional experience or more, this award would be open to you, and that's one you would need to apply for. But if you are interested in this, please do reach out and we can talk through the things to be mindful of in that area. There are a few more master's level scholarships that you may be eligible for, so please do scroll down and see if any of these apply to you. If you feel they do, please do reach out and we can discuss these in more details. So those are the scholarships that we have on offer. They're also there for PhDs, a little bit different, so we'd need to talk through those, but yeah, they are there. So please do go onto the scholarships tab and have a look at those. Really good information, and if you've got any questions, please do reach out. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how to apply to Bangor University. Now, when you're on the main web page, you just need to go international and then how to apply. It's going to take you to this page. Now, my advice for everyone is that you apply direct to us. It's a free, easy application system. My preference is that if you are going to apply, please do drop me a line first so we can talk through things and make sure you satisfy the entry requirements, and I can explain the process a little bit more to you. You don't have to, so if you do want to just go on and apply, by all means, you may do so. But the offer of having a chat to work through is there, and you're welcome to use that and book a call in with me. But what you need to do is click on our online application portal. It will take you to this page, and then you just press apply now. Now, the key documents that you're going to need, no matter which level of study you are at, are as follows. You are going to need a passport. So please make sure you have a valid passport and not an expired one, because if it's not valid, we can't give you an offer. So we would then need to delay it until you get a passport. So passport is really important. You're all going to need to have proof of English language competency. Now, what I would say on that is that you don't necessarily need it to apply, but you will need it to get an unconditional offer. And we will go through in a second the English language requirements for Bangor University. The other documents you're going to need are going to be high school transcripts, and if you get a high school diploma as well. If you're at a postgraduate level, then obviously we will need your university transcripts, and if you graduated, a copy of your diploma from university. If you've not yet graduated university, just your transcripts will be fine. It's just we will need your diploma to be able to issue you an unconditional offer, but you can supply that at a later date. You're also going to need a resume or curriculum vitae. Now, I appreciate if you're at undergraduate level, it's not necessarily going to have lots of detail on, but it is an important document that you will need. So please do make sure you supply that. The other document that you're going to need is letters of recommendation or reference letter. Now, for most subjects, you just need one, and it should be coming from a teacher or professor at university or someone who knows you well in a professional context if you have been working. It needs to be on letter-headed paper in English and signed. Now, if they are happy giving you the reference, you may upload that yourself during the application process. If not, you may give them my email address, and provided you've applied, they can then send the reference to me and I will upload it. The one caveat is if you're studying an ocean science course, then you will need 2 reference letters. So just bear that in mind. Finally, you will need a personal statement. It's basically a motivation letter, and it should be no bigger than 1 side of A4 paper. Normal spacing, normal font. Don't go really small and try and get loads in. Just normal, and focus on indirectly answering these 4 questions. So by indirectly answering, I don't mean sort of answer them one by one, but just make sure you read through what you've written and you think to yourself, yeah, I've covered these points. So the first point you want to be making sure you answer with your personal statement is why you want to study this subject. So what makes it interesting to you? Why are you passionate about it? Yeah. Why is that subject important to you? The second point you want to make sure you cover is why Bangor. So you're applying directly to Bangor, so you can make sure you talk about the program, how the program interests you, how the location is amazing. You get the picture. Next thing you want to make sure you mention is where you want this course to take you. So how is it going to help you with your professional development? And finally, make sure you cover this, how you're qualified. So maybe what work experience you've got, what university experience you've got, what you've been doing as a job, just anything that you feel makes you qualified as an applicant to apply for this course. So as long as you cover those four sort of key points indirectly, you're going to have a really good personal statement. So do make sure you upload those key documents. I should stress that stuff needs to be in English. It's important you get official translations. If your university can do them, that's fine. If not, go to a translation agency and get them to translate them, make sure they're stamped, and then you can upload them. Because if they are in Russian, for example, Ukrainian or Georgian, yeah, we can't process them. We'll just have to wait until you can get English copies to us. So just really important for you to factor that in. So those are the key documents you will need for applying to us. I would say, generally speaking, it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks for us to process your application. If you apply later on, so if you were to apply for a September start in July, it will take substantially longer because we do get a lot of people applying last minute. So don't expect an offer really quickly. So if you want an offer within the 4 to 6 week timescale, please do apply early. So that was a very short overview about Bangor University. I hope you found this short presentation useful. Again, here are my contact details. I really would encourage you all, if you do have any questions, please do reach out. Please do book a call with me and we can discuss things further. I am here to help. It's always a pleasure speaking to you all. So please, any issues at all, send me an email, p.sharp@bangor.ac.uk. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair. And yeah, hopefully we will be talking soon about how Bangor University could be the right school for you. Thank you and take care, everyone. Goodbye.